Halfway between Boston and Providence, it's the home of the Patriots, Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Here's Cade York to start the ball game. And off we go from Foxborough. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They run with the longtime Bengal, Joe Mixon. And he's going to be dropped behind the line. Terrific push defensively. They came out of the locker room ready to go.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
A 2nd down throw for Stroud. This one complete to Jordan. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
And he'll take this up to the 48-yard line. Jabril Peppers up from his safety spot to bring him down. Here's a 2nd and 9. They'll go play action with Stroud. Open man, downfield, it's Nico Collins. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
On play action, Stroud. This is caught at the 2. To the goal line and in. Nico Collins. Touchdown, Houston. It's his 4th touchdown on the year. And that is the way to start a game. Not just score, but, Greg, score quickly. A nice opening drive for the first 6 points.
Well, it seems like the hour spent on that opening game script was time well spent. I mean, to take the ball right down the field that quickly right out of the gates, that's a pretty good opening drive and an early 6 points.
And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it up. Marcus Jones now to return. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll send a tight end in motion. Here's a run with the rookie from Ohio State. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. From out of the gun, here's May. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. Working out of the gun, it's May. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. 17 yards, the gain there. 1st down, New England.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
On 1st and 10, here's May. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
That's right side and brought in by Williams. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? To throw again is May. He's found his receiver, Butte. 15-yard pickup there. Good for a Patriots 1st down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. To throw is May. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
It's really just an extended handoff. Get the ball out wide to your running back in space and make the defense tackle him. That's really all this is. Something small turns into a nice pickup.
Now a run on 1st down.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he'll get a couple of yards. For the 1st down. To throw now, May. That's into the hands of the fullback. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Well, not exactly a highlight reel type play, but in some cases, just checking the ball down to your fullback, picking up some positive yards is the only play that's to be made.
We are through one. Here's 2nd and 6. Handoff here, up the middle. And the Patriots are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Williams in motion. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down a score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score in the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come over with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
York, good on the extra point. And the Pats come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. And no chance to return this one. Through the end zone for a touchback. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Higgins sent in motion. Look to hit him with a jet sweep here to begin this drive. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that 1st down.
When they called that sweep, Mike, obviously they're thinking, let's pick up the 1st down. They didn't quite get to the chains, but I think they're going to be pretty happy with that game.
Off the play fake. Oh, they are on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. And this is taken in by the defense. In the pocket, looking to throw the ball, but the defense was looking right at the ball. They knock it away and come up with the turnover.
Mike, we see so often a quarterback is so focused, keeping his eyes down the field, looking for one of his receivers to work himself free, that they lose track of where the defenders are, and I think that's exactly what happened here. The defender closed on him quicker than he might have thought, knocks the ball loose, creating the takeaway.
And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on 1st down.
So I don't think his fullback was his primary option on that play, but a really nice job by the quarterback, working quickly through his progression, getting the ball down to his big fullback, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. Quick throw, out wide, it's caught. And they'll mark him out at the 8, but it is enough to set up 1st and goal.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
He slowed up quickly as he gets this down to the 6. Second and goal. with him again. Not a lot of room to work there. Well played by the defense. And they set themselves up for 3rd and goal. They'll run. And he's so close to breaking the plane, but the official's going to come in and mark him short. So now it's 4th down. So instead of going for the 1st down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here. This, about as short as you can get. York's kick is good. And the Pats will break our tie and take a 10-7 lead.
You know, I think it's safe to say here, Mike, as this offense leaves the field, they wanted to stay out there and go for it. But I think in this case, the coach is playing the long game. He understands that these 3 points now can end up being very valuable as this game moves along.
This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. First and 10. They'll begin on the ground, and here's Mixon. Second down and 3. From the gun, here's Stroud. That's into the hands of Dell on the right side.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a 1st down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. To the left side, into the hands of Collins. He had their lone touchdown of the game earlier, and he comes through with the catch and a 1st down in this spot.
Talk about having a breakout season in year 3. I mean, years 1 and 2, Mike, he didn't combine for 1,000 yards in total. Year 3, nearly 1,300 yards. Big reason for C.J. Stroud's great rookie season behind center was the play of Nico Collins.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Stroud. A throw left side, but it's incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
Throwing on 2nd down, Stroud. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. That's over the middle and caught by Dell. About 19 yards on that one. And they're in business. It's 1st and goal.
Man, they're just running this 2-minute drill to complete perfection. It is such a point of emphasis of every offense, Mike. these end-of-half scenarios to come away stealing points make a big impact on the outcome of the game, and they're knocking on the door here, first and goal. At the very least, got to come away with some points.
Ball at the 3, second down and goal. Again, it'll be Mixon. That play may have taken a little bit too long to develop. It's no gain. He's back at the 4-yard line. Third and goal. He'll try and run with Mixon. And he's so close to breaking the plane, but the official's going to come in and mark him short. So now it's 4th down. They'll go with the sneak. And he's able to get the ball across the goal line. He's in. C.J. Stroud. Touchdown, Texans. His second TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead.
You know, he spent so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end the 4th quarter in 2-minute mode. Well, let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the first half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you what, executing that here, going into halftime, changes this entire game.
So, final seconds of this first half. Looks like they'll take a lead into the locker room as the kick's away. Jones now on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Here's 1st and 10. They send him right out of the slot. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. Jones now on the return. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. Throwing on 1st and 10 is May. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
The drag route. We used to say this is day 1 install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
Working free downfield, it is Williams. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you could see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield, perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points. All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number one, the traditional handoffs. Number two, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection, and maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
3rd and 5. They'll try to get this one on the ground. 13 yards the gain, down to the 13-yard line.
Well, this is the advantage to having a really effective passing game, Mike, as the defense now tries to adjust to stopping you through the air. It's a lot easier to mix it up and run the ball. There's a lot less defenders in there trying to stop you.
Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. Here's May. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes. So give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
May to throw on 2nd down. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Good drive so far, but this is a big hurdle. It is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut.
If you send your field goal unit on the field, Mike, it gives you a chance to chip away at this deficit. But I think I'm keeping my offense on the field. I'm going to one of my critical plays on my call sheet. Keep this drive alive. The hope is to come away with 6.
So instead of going for the 1st down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Patriots are back within a point. It's 14-13.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Higgins sent in motion. Right away, they'll try a jet sweep. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. They'll go play action with Stroud. That's caught. It's Joe Mixon. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
They'll run out of the gun with Mixon. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Dell motioning over. A 2nd down throw for Stroud. And that's going to wind up incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out front.
From the gun here on 3rd down, it's Stroud. This is caught. He got the connection to Collins.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense, like we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play, understand where the holes in the defense are, and get there and be friendly to the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open. That's NFL route running. That's what the best guys do.
And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. Again, they'll give it to Mixon. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down. They'll try and run for this with Mixon.
I think the decision of whether or not you kick the field goal or keep your offense on the field, Mike, comes down to, do you have a play on your call sheet you love? Do you have a critical down, 4th down play that you know is going to work? Because if you do, now's the time to dial it up, be aggressive, and extend the stride.
The field goal unit on the sideline. They'll line up to go for it on 4th down. Stroud to throw. That is caught. Finding Higgins.
Complete to number 81. A gain of 7. 1st down, Texans.
So, 3 quarters now. They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. They try to burn some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they'll take this down to about the 15. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Second down and 8. They'll go right back to Mixon. And a determined run there. He gets about 7 yards inside the 10-yard line. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. Here's Mixon. A 2nd effort, and he is in. Joe Mixon. Touchdown, Houston. Greg, they did everything they wanted to do on that drive, and now a chance to really make it an important lead.
Mike, with that touchdown there, they're an extra point conversion from extending this lead to a 2-score game. And at this point in the fourth quarter, I think they'd feel pretty good about their chances of holding on.
Makes the score Texans 21, Patriots 13.
And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. Jones now on the return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Set to go now on 1st and 10. May gonna look to throw. His fullback releasing, and he's gonna bring it in.
I'm not sure how many guys grow up wanting to be an NFL fullback, Mike. They don't get the ball a ton. They're used to do all the dirty work. But in this case, this guy's showing off. Hey, coach, you get the ball in my hands. I can do some things.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Out of the gun, here's May. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And it'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
A gain there of 21. 1st down, New England.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
May to throw again. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll turn and hand this one off. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
The integrity of the defense, Mike, is based on every defender holding their gap. That's exactly what we saw out of this defensive tackle. Not only did he hold his gap, he's able to shed his block and make the play.
Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. He pulls it in around the 5. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, New England. This is a big spot for the Patriots as they'll go for 2.
The Patriots will line up for a 2-point conversion.
Working out of the gun. It's May. And this one is intercepted. Derek Stingley comes up with it. He's to midfield. Still going. And he's going to make it all the way to the end zone. How about a pick 2? 2 points going the other way. So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a 1-score game as they kick it away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll come up here 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Mixon. And this will be a Texans 1st down as he gets this up past the 40-yard line. New England going to take their 2nd timeout.
1st down pickup by Mixon, and he's one of the Texans' many additions this offseason. It's pretty incredible to think, Mike, in only his 2nd year as the head coach, the roster that DeMeco Ryans continues to assemble. Not only is Mixon still a productive back in his own right, but he should take a lot of pressure off C.J. Stroud.
Kirk is the motion man. And he'll get about 5. The Pats going to stop it here. They'll use their 3rd and final timeout. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. To throw, it's Stroud. He'll go right back to Kirk again. It's complete. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they have an internal clock in their head. How does my protection match up with the rush and the route concept I'm trying to attack downfield? In this case, he's looking downfield, realizes quickly this ball's got to come out, checks it down to his underneath drag, picks up what he can.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Stroud going to set up to throw. That'll be taken in by Mixon. And he looks to be a bit short of the line. And that is going to bring up 4th down. They'll run for it with Mixon. Trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackled for the loss of a yard.
You know, more often than not in the NFL, games are won based on who wins critical downs. Well, that 4th down attempt right there was exactly that, and this defense came up huge for a big-time 4th down stop.
They'll motion a tight end right. On 1st and 10, here's May. He'll throw it left and has his running back. A gain there of 15. Good for a Patriots 1st down.
Anytime you have a running back like this, it's more about just how many ways can you get the ball in his hand. He's had a great game today so far on the ground. Now they're starting to find ways to get him the ball through the air, and that is a handful for any defense.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Now, this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. They have time to work with, but they have no timeouts. It's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Quick throw here is complete. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
They'll run. And the Patriots are going to have a 1st and goal. Some good running there. Gets them down to about the 2-yard line.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
They'll try to run this one in. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Touchdown, Patriots. That is 2nd touchdown of the game. He's up to 9 now on the year. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. This is 1st and 10. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. He'll get this complete to his man out of the backfield. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
All right, this is a good start. Plays like these are definitely going to help as you work your way into scoring range. While you have to be wary of the clock and keep an eye on it, they should have plenty of time here to finish this drive.
Stroud to throw here on 1st and 10. Got his man. It's Kirk. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on 1st down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
On 2nd down, Stroud. He's got it at the 7. And this is a touchdown. They were not going to be denied. And they have taken the lead here in the final minute of play. And that is touchdown number 1 in the National Football League career of a guy, Greg, taken high in the draft, hoping for moments like that.
When you get drafted in the 1st round, Mike, let alone as a wide receiver, the expectation in the NFL today is that you need to come in and be an immediate impact player. Plays like this continue to build that relationship with the quarterback, and I think this guy's got a real bright future.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Jones now on the return. They get across the 20, mark them at the 22-yard line. Here's 1st down. Now, May. The ball comes out. And that was very nearly a disaster at this juncture of the game. But fortunately, a teammate able to cradle it, and they keep possession.
Sometimes these games in the NFL, Mike, they get decided by simply how the ball bounces. I mean, how often do we see a quarterback in the pocket get strip sacked, and that ball ends up going the other direction? Fortunately for them, they can regroup, get back.
And that's going to be intercepted. It's the linebacker, E.J. Speed. So it's a win for the visiting Texans. What a finish to this one. The defense comes up with the interception in clutch time to seal it on